Well, FIFO and LIFO are a little bit confusing for some people when they're computing inventory. So luckily, there's a very easy method for computing ending inventory and cost of goods sold, and it's called the average cost inventory method. So basically, we'll just use the same example that we used in our FIFO and LIFO videos. You have a company that sells T-shirts, right? And so you sell 250 of your T-shirts, 250 sold, and now you need to compute cost of goods sold, and you need to compute ending inventory, and you need to know how to do that. So let's take a look at our books. Let's take a look at our purchase history and see how we go about computing cost of goods sold and ending inventory. So here are our purchases. We made purchases on 3 dates. And here are the various units that we purchased, the number of T-shirts, and the price we paid for each T-shirt, and then the total cost when we go and multiply out the units by the price. So with the average cost inventory method, it's actually quite simple. We're just going to add up the total number of units that we purchased. So this would be 575. So that's just the 200 plus the 150 plus the 225. That gives us 575 units total we've purchased, and then we just add up the cost. Now again, to get each cost, we just say, okay, on March 1st, we bought 200 units for $10 each. That's 2,000, right? So that's where we get the subtotals of this total cost category. But now we just add all this up, and what does that give us? Well, it gives us $7,400. And now we just take this $7,400 and divide it by the number of units we purchased, by 575, to get the average cost per unit. That's why it's called the average cost method. So we'll just say, let's see here, let's do this math. So $7,400 divided by 575 units is going to give us an average cost of $12.87, and that's rounded. $12.87 per unit. That's the average cost. So now, when we want to compute cost of goods sold, for example, we'll just say, okay, our COGS is going to be equal to, now how many shirts did we sell? Well, we sold 250, right? That was given. 250 shirts times this $12.87 a unit times $12.87. And that's going to yield $3,217. Okay. Now we want to know about our ending inventory, which I'll just abbreviate EI, ending inventory, right? So COGS this is the inventory we're moving off the books. We've sold it, and now we want to compute, well, what inventory is left? What if we look at the balance sheet? What should our inventory be stated at? So now we can't just use the 250 because that's what we sold. That's what we got rid of. So we got to say, well, what's the total we had, which is 575, minus what we got rid of, which is 250. So we just say, I'll just put this in parentheses, 575, what we started with, minus 250, what we got rid of. And now we multiply that, which is, I think, 325. We just multiply that by 1287. Our average cost, right? We're using the same average cost to compute cost of goods sold and ending inventory. Now, what is this yield for our ending inventory? We're going to have ending inventory of $4,183. And you see that it's exactly, if you add these two up, you just get what the total cost was.